Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of Ghost of Tsushima. In 1274, Jin Sakai is a trained samurai by his uncle Lord Shimura. The tranquility of their homeland, island of Tsushima, is disturbed by arriving Mongol forces. A general is sent to meet Mongol leader Kochukai, who intends to occupy Tsushima and gather his forces before launching an all-out assault on Japan. However, the general is brutally burned and decapitated. With no other option, all the samurais charge the enemy on horseback. With soldiers scattered across the beach, Jin accompanied his uncle to try and stave off the attack. They come face to face with the murderous Khotun, and unfortunately, the fight goes awry. Jin is knocked unconscious by a cannon fire, and when he awakens, he finds his uncle captured. Escaping the battlefield, Jin is shot and injured, passing out afterwards. Lord Shimura is taken to Kochukai, who respects his courage and fighting skill, offering an opportunity for him to surrender, but Shimura refuses with silence. When Jin awakens, he finds himself saved by someone. When sneaking and hiding in a nearby house, he meets his savior, a girl, Yuna, who informs him that Shimura is still alive and taken captive within a stronghold of Castle Kaneda. Jin follows Yuna to the castle and is desperate to get his uncle back. Unfortunately, his fight with Kochukan goes awry, and Jin finds himself backstage, thrown off the bridge and into the icy depths of the water below. Unwilling to accept a failure, Jin seeks revenge, and he again comes across Yuna, whose brother Taka is also captured near the southernmost tip of the island in Azamo Bay. Together, they set out to rescue Taka by sneaking into the Mongol camp with the help of a sake merchant Kenji, eventually saving him and reuniting the two siblings. Yuna agrees to join the fight ahead, while Taka, being a blacksmith, forges an iron hook for Jin to breach Castle Kaneda. Along his way, Jin encounters his old friend Liuzo, the leader of Straw Hat mercenaries. He is ambushing Mongol convoys to feed his men. Jin helps raid a Mongol offshore ship, where he finds a map of Mongol supply line. Liuzo leads an attack on the supply line, but several of his men get captured. He turns to Jin again, who helps him free his men. Besides, Jin also gathers other local forces as his ally by providing his support against a common enemy. Unfortunately, Jin's mercenary friend Liuzo fails to show up with his Straw Hat army during the climatic battle to take back Castle Kaneda. As Jin storms castle and tries to find his uncle, Liuzo awaits him in the courtyard. He reveals his betrayal and his ally himself was the Khan. Betrayed and hurt, Jin tries his best to keep his emotion in check as the duo fight one-on-one. Although Jin wins the duel, he refuses to land a killing blow. Instead, he tries to talk Liuzo into turning back to his cause, but it's no good. Liuzo is too far gone. He calls for reinforcements and flees. After thwarting the threat, Jin breaks into the castle and frees his uncle, who reveals that Kochukan has left for Toyotama. With the effort of the two samurais and Jin's allies, the remaining Mongol soldiers in the castle are all defeated. Meanwhile, Kochukan takes down Castle Shimura without difficulty as Liuzo helps him to threaten the people inside, with victims burned alive outside the gate. In order to get reinforcements from Japanese mainland, Shimura lets Jin find a smuggler named Goro and asks him to send a message to the Shogun of Japan. Jin sets out to help peasants revolt against the Mongols at Yorikawa village. In doing so, he hopes to recruit a formidable army. Riding a wave of good fortune, Jin helps them fight back and kill one of Khan's best generals. As the fight looks to turn in their favor, Jin learns of Liuzo's whereabouts in a fort and rushes in to find him. Attacked from behind, Jin is strung up and captured. When he opens his eyes, Taka happens to be there too. It turns out he went looking for Jin when he failed to show up and ended up being caught in the process. Then the Khan arrives, and with Jin tied up, he antagonizes him every step of the way. After his surrender proposal is refused by Jin, he frees Taka and hands a sword to him. He offers the man a simple choice. If he can kill Jin, then he will be free to go. The blacksmith refuses and turns toward Khan, slashing wildly at him. This act of bravery is reciprocated by Ken killing the man and holding his severed head up to Jin. Tossing it aside, he leaves. Overcome with rage, Jin breaks free and slaughters Liuzo's Straw Hat soldiers one by one. A worried Yuna arrives, who descends down an equally anguished path upon seeing his brother's body. With Yuna in a bad way and Lord Shimura rallying the troops, all of this culminates in a climatic fight to take back Castle Shimura. As the fight begins, Jin and his fellow samurai charge in headfirst and fight their way through the forces. Unfortunately, Khan is ready for them and launches a suicidal horse-drawn carriage laced with explosives at them. The ensuing explosion destroys the bridge and throws a serious spanner in the works. In the wake of this, Jin and Shimura come to blows as Jin suggested sneaking and poison the enemy's food supplies, thus giving them an advantage. Shimura refuses though, especially given the dishonorable nature of this being against the samurai code. Their fight bubbles up and eventually spills over to Shimura, giving him a switch slap across the face. Jin listens to Yuna and heads in anyway, defying his uncle and ironically turning the fate of the battle in their favor. Liuzo is killed when he refuses to surrender and answer for his crime. The army is driven back, and the castle returned to his rightful owners. Unfortunately, Jin's actions see him reprimanded by his uncle, who imprisons him for disloyalty. Thankfully, Kenji helps him escape from prison. Sneaking his way through the camp, Jin makes his way to his horse and rides hard. Unfortunately, guards notice his presence and shoot arrows into his trusted steed. Despite getting away, Jin's horse is killed and forces him to go it alone in the bleak northern wasteland of Kamiyagata. Thankfully, Jin stumbles through the snow isn't in isolation for long. Eventually, he meets back up with Yuna, who encourages him to visit an old acquaintance called Takeshi, a local hunter leader. He eventually joins Jin's cause, and after taking Fort Johaku, the group turn their attention to Port Izumi, where the Khan is holding up. After writing a letter to his uncle asking for reinforcements, Jin sneaks back home to personally deliver it to his desk without being spotted. Heading back up north, Jin launches his attack with his allies. Midway through fighting, Lord Shimura arrives, and together the combined force drive back Ken's men to his boat. There, a final fight between Ken and Jin ensues, and eventually the Mongol is bested by Jin, who beats him in a one-on-one fight. With the Khan dead and the Mongol forces scattered, Jin's uncle requests his presence at their usual sparring spot down by the lake. Unfortunately, Shimura, being the honorable man he is, isn't there to rekindle familial ties. Despite paying their respect to Jin's father in the graveyard, he is under orders from the shogun to execute Jin, as he is thought to be a traitor having provided the Mongols with poison technique. Saying that it's his punishment to take Jin's life, Shimura begins a fight with his nephew. Jin bests his uncle by severely wounding him, but when being asked to give his uncle an honorable warrior death, he refuses and spares his uncle's life. Putting on his heretic mask, Jin leaves as a ghost forever.